What's going on YouTube? Chris here, and I've got a movie review for you. I really didn't think I would ever do another movie review, but I saw a movie that I gotta talk about. I'd like to file a complaint. I would like to press charges against Christopher Nolan for stealing 3 hours of my life. Now, I haven't done a movie review in a while, and quite honestly, I never thought I would do one again, but then I saw The Dark Knight Rises last night, and what a piece of shit it was. And this movie wasn't supposed to be bad. I was psyched about it all day long, posting on my Facebook, oh, The Dark Knight, I can't wait to see The Dark Knight, it's gonna be fucking awesome, and it fucking wasn't. Real quick, spoiler alert, gonna talk about everything in the movie and everything that happened, so if you haven't seen it, just watch this later. So The Dark Knight Rises is set 8 years after the last movie. So after the Joker went insane and tried to burn down all of Gotham. Did I say Gotham? Gotham. I don't know where the fuck that came from. So Batman's been in hiding ever since he took the fall for killing Harvey Dent. Even though he didn't do it. So Gotham's all peaceful now, and there's less crime, and that's when this new supervillain decides to pop up and start fucking shit up. And that new supervillain is Bane. And Bane is a big muscly guy, and he's got a mask on, and he's all badass. He's got a weird voice, though. His voice is kind of a crossbreed hybrid between Sean Connery and Christopher Walken.
Let me tell you something, Moneypenny. I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Yeah, it was weird. But he's so much of a badass that I guess it makes up for it. Now, they introduced Bane's character in the opening scene, which I guess is supposed to try to capture the drama from The Dark Knight, where Joker's robbing the banks and stuff. The scene was cool. I like it for what it was. It wasn't as good as the opening of The Dark Knight, though. No opening scene, I think, will ever be better than the opening of The Dark Knight. We meet Catwoman, played by Anne Hathaway, who was actually the best part of the movie as far as I'm concerned. She whipped a lot of ass, didn't expect it, but way to go, Anne Hathaway, you're awesome. And then we see Bruce Wayne, who's like a hermit. He's got a cane and a limp, and he's been out of the game for 8 years, so he's out of shape, and he kind of sucks. But I'm still hoping, you know? I'm like, oh, he's messed up now, but he's gonna put the suit on, and he's gonna whip ass, and he's gonna be awesome. He wasn't awesome. So shit happens, Bane does something at the stock exchange and causes Bruce Wayne to lose all of his money, and this is what incites him to come out of the shadows and become Batman again. Which was weird too, because like that scene where they blow up the stadium, like later on in the movie, if Bane did that, I think that would be an appropriate reason to, you know, go back to being Batman. Like, holy shit, he just blew up a stadium. I should probably go handle this shit. But that's not what brought Batman out of the shadows. It was this thing over at the stock exchange, which had other implications beyond making Bruce lose his money, but even so, it didn't seem like a good enough reason after 8 years of not being Batman to start being Batman again. Like, Bane hadn't done anything that awful yet, in my opinion. It would be like if after 8 years of being in hiding, Bane ran a stop sign, and Batman was like, okay, enough's enough already. I'm putting the suit back on. This is horse shit. Nobody runs a stop sign in my town. So he puts the suit back on. Now he's Batman again. The cops are chasing him because they haven't seen him forever, and I'm thinking, oh shit, this movie's gonna be awesome. A chase scene, and this is where it's really gonna pick up, right? Right? No. He's Batman as Batman for all of like 10 minutes, and then he's being the playboy, and he's making out with Selena Kyle, and he's going to functions and shit, and it was boring. So then he finally tracks down Bane, and they have a fight, and I use that word loosely, in the sewer. Now, I know that Batman is rusty because he's been out of the game for 8 years, but this has got to be one of the shittiest fight scenes I've ever seen in a movie fucking ever. There's no suspense music, it's done pretty much in silence, and it's just this one-on-one between Bane and Batman, which all you comic book geeks are gonna go, oh, that's totally cool, you know, he didn't overplay it. Fuck that, it's a fight scene, I want some excitement. So Bane's whipping Batman's ass, he's just kicking the shit out of him, which I don't understand because they don't explain why he's so friggin' strong. They explain why he's a badass because he's part of the League of Shadows, whatever it is they call it, just like, you know, Bruce Wayne was and Ra's al Ghul, so I understand why he can fight, but they don't explain why he's so friggin' strong. I mean, he's whipping Batman's ass. Now keep in mind, he's punching him in the suit. This is a suit that stops bullets and knives and shrapnel and grenades and fire, but apparently it's not resistant to Bane's fucking fist. So Bane whips his ass for a while. Oh, you're whipping my ass. And then, just like the comic book, Bane picks him up and breaks his back. Bane takes him to some underground prison and leaves him there. And I shit you not, for the next half an hour, they make me, the viewer, watch Batman rehab his back. While Bane and Catwoman are out doing cool shit, Batman is laid up in this prison getting physical therapy from 2 other inmates on his back. And they put me through that for a half an hour. You couldn't have given me like a Rocky montage version of that, like, you know, 4 or 5 minutes, you know, a time lapse. Then it gets better. The minute you think that it's over, it's not. I'm gonna explain this as quickly as possible. The only way to get out of this prison is to climb up this ridiculously hard to climb up wall and then jump from one ledge to another ledge, which is like impossible for you to jump across, and that's the only way to escape. And people try it all the time and fail and die, so I guess what they started doing is they tie a rope around your waist so that when you make that jump, if you fall, you don't die, all you do is break your back again. So Bruce Wayne goes to make the climb, he goes to make the jump, he misses, breaks his back again, and they give me another 15 minutes of his fucking back rehab. So he climbs up the thing again, he makes it out, yay for him, he puts the bat suit back on, he goes and he chases Bane. Him and Catwoman buddy up and they make out a bunch, which, okay, whatever. Bane blows up a football stadium, which kills all the football players, including my Pittsburgh Steelers, because they were in the movie, that was awesome. Bane steals from Bruce Wayne this nuclear reactor thing that he's gonna turn to a bomb, and that's what the rest of the movie's about after this, hour and a half long shit show, is Bruce trying to, stop this fucking bomb from going off. And that explosion that took down the stadium actually took down all the bridges and shit too, so it isolated Gotham on an island, and none of the people are allowed to leave, otherwise this bomb, this nuclear bomb that they have, is going to blow up and kill everyone, and that's like the rest of the plot of like the movie. Batman and Catwoman, they team up, they help each other out, they defeat Bane, and they save the day, and whatever, movie fucking over. So here are my problems with the movie. First off, it's a Batman movie. I'd like to see Batman in the movie. Not Bruce Wayne, Batman. Of a 2-hour and 45-minute movie, I think Christian Bale spent about 45 minutes actually in the Batman outfit, doing Batman shit. The rest of the movie was just dialogue-heavy, boring Bruce Wayne interaction with other people. Second problem, Alfred's barely in the movie. Catwoman and Bane are the biggest badasses in the movie. Kind of thought it should have been Batman. Batman's plane or the Batwing, I understand that Christopher Nolan's doing this very real thing, like the Batmobile doesn't look like the Batmobile, it just looks like a tank, but the plane looks like a fucking beetle flying through the sky. I hated it. I feel like Commissioner Gordon was almost a wasted character, and he's a great character. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a cop. I couldn't even tell you what his name was. He was a big part of the movie. He was good in it, but once again, he was a bigger part of the movie than Batman as Batman in the Batman suit was. They throw a little twist in for you near the end of the movie that honestly, after 2 hours of watching this train wreck, I could have given two shits about. I had to listen to everyone else in my theater go, oh, and I was like, shut the fuck up, this is terrible. I felt like the movie was just too long, there wasn't enough action, there wasn't enough urgency. In fact, there's one place where there definitely wasn't enough urgency. There's a bomb that's about to go off in Gotham City. It's ticking down. Tick, 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 tick. Batman's in a hurry to find this bomb. After he gets out of the jail, he puts the mask on and he goes to find this bomb. I'm not going to bother explaining what the circumstances were, but he comes across Commissioner Gordon and he has like a flare, Commissioner Gordon does, and Batman tells him, light it, which in English is translated to light it. Commissioner Gordon uses the flare to light something on the ground, and a long trail of fire goes along the ground, up a thing, and then up a fucking bridge, and then lights this big thing that looks like a bat. Which I guess is Batman's way of letting everyone know that he's back and he's here to stay. Time out, you're looking for a bomb! Time is precious, Batman. You're in a rush to find this bomb, but you've got time to run kerosene or gasoline along this area of the road and then put it all the way up this fucking bridge and then make it in the shape of a bat? When you see the scene, you'll understand what I'm saying. That's a time-consuming job. At a minimum, that would take 4 or 5 hours. This bomb is ticking down. He needs to find it, but he took the time to create this domino effect because he's a vain motherfucker. There's another part of the movie that aggravated me where Batman needs Catwoman's help, and so he brings her someplace and he gives her his motorcycle. And with pretty much no instruction whatsoever, she just knows how to operate this one-of-a-kind bike. I think Nolan even knew that because he tried to like throw a little dialogue from Batman to her that she dismisses. Batman's like, okay, so the throttle is on the... And she's all like, don't worry, I got it. Yeah, like that makes sense. It's a one-of-a-kind prototype bike and you're fucking driving it. You know how to drive it, you know where the buttons are for the rockets, you've got this. So all in all, I did not like the movie. Go ahead and put your comments at the bottom and tell me how wrong I am and how Christopher Nolan's a genius and how his Batmans are so gritty and wonderful. I'm not taking that away from him. I like the first one. The second one is my favorite movie, maybe of all time. This third one, dog shit. Boring, awful, miserable dog shit. Comments later.